We have a new tropical depression, and this is likely going to become a typhoon near the Mariana Islands. Once it becomes a tropical storm, according to the Japan Meteorological Agency, it will be called Saudel. Meanwhile, we have Naning, which has been named by PAGASA, the Philippine Meteorological Agency. I have another video update on that. Make sure you are subscribed to the WestPac Weather channel. You can get those push notifications whenever I put out these new video updates. And I want to thank everybody that is subscribed and hits the like button on these videos. It does mean a lot. I humbly thank you guys so much. Truly, truly, truly. Gets that information out there. Make sure everybody stays safe. That's the big thing. Anyways, here's a look at our new storm. Right now, this is basically a tropical depression, but the convection is flaring up on it. ASCAT imagery does continue to indicate that tight circulation right in here. And based on everything we're seeing right now, it is expected to track towards the north and west. So I know it's here. I say northwest. So the Mariana Islands, it puts you kind of on an alert here. Thing is, according to JMA and JTWC, the official agencies out here in the Western Pacific, JTWC is what the National Weather Service out of Guam uses, and JMA is the overall Western Pacific World Meteorological Organization. So both of these indicate that it's going to move north of Truk here, already bringing some showers out there, and then track over the northernmost Mariana Islands, not Saipan and Tinian, but further towards north. But I do want to note, first off, the cone of air, which always is important, but there is some uncertainty in some of those longer range models, which means Saipan and Tinian, I'm not going to sit here and say you're not going to be impacted at this time. Just the overall confidence is that it's going to stay towards the north. It's like if you're betting on horses in a race, and you have a horse that, pretty confident that one's going to win. Most of the people are betting on it, but there are those long odd racers too. And the long odds are right down in here, which means it's not off the board, but probably not going to happen. I know it's a rough analogy. I try to symbolize things here. Basically, it all depends on the Westpac high and exactly where this low does decide it wants to form up. Because if it develops a little further towards the south, as kind of the GFS is indicating, that would take it closer out here towards Saipan and Tinian. You can actually see that here with the ECMWF. The guidance kind of edges it just towards your east on Friday heading into Saturday, but most of it kind of takes it directly over the northernmost Mariana Islands, especially a Pagan there, where you're likely going to see typhoon strength winds. So good news, I say you, it means no one probably watching this is on that island. Really, there is nobody on these islands off here outside of a few very remote people. Actually, the YouTuber Yes Theory just did a video out here visiting some of the people. It's a pretty wild video if you want to check it out. Search it up here on YouTube. There's like 3 people on some of these islands here. But further towards the south, though, in Saipan and Tinian, where we, of course, have thousands of people, close enough to watch closely. I'm not saying you're going to be hit by typhoon. More than likely, it's going to miss you. But it is close enough where you could see some tropical storm strength winds at times, well further towards the south in the Guam. This is going to pass well towards the north, even based on some of the guidance that takes it closer to the islands. It still passes towards the north. But this is still developing, so of course there is a little uncertainty to be had with it. But you can take a look at the guidance here with the ECMWF, kind of runs it over the northern islands, keeping those outer rain bands towards the south. And actually, in this scenario, the highest winds would be on Sunday and the Monday on the backside of our storm system as that banding sets up and the inflow from this storm system kicks in from the south. So still some uncertainty, but based on everything we got right now, the official forecast takes it north of Saipan and Tinian. Too close for comfort. Also, in the long range, look at this. The uncertainty also across Japan, all the way down towards Okinawa. In fact, some guidance brings it right over the southern Japanese islands, but we're still recovering from previous storms out here too. This is going to be a problem somewhere in Japan, from Okinawa to Tokyo, but at this time is just still developing. This would be over a week and a half out. I wish, based on all of this uncertainty, I wish I could say, yeah, it's going to hit your house. Still, it is very long range for our friends out here in Japan. So watch it closely, but I think somebody is going to get hit by a typhoon eventually, heading into next week. Right now, though, out here across Guam, yeah, on and off showers, picks up, though, by Saturday, Sunday, and especially in the Monday on the backside of this storm, those winds. But for the Big Island itself, probably not going to be seeing the direct impacts from this storm. It's going to be further off towards the north there for you. So keeping an eye on it, of course. Looking at the big swells coming off of it. For our friends that are surfers, man, you're going to get some good waves here in Yap, Palau, and even all the way heading into next week across the east coast of the Philippines, including for our friends into Siargao. Some of those long period swells are going to be kicking up, creating some big waves, but do remember that also creates some of those sneaky rip current risk too. All right, I had somebody on here saying yesterday, you know, I only trust the National Weather Service out of Guam, and good on you. All right, that's the end of the story with that. It really, that is good. That I say this in every single one of my videos. Know your information from official sources. Landon out there, he does a fantastic job. We've had him on these updates before. I'm actually going to reach out to him, see if he wants to do a collaboration again. He does a great job sharing, educating, and informing everybody here on the Mariana Islands. So make sure you follow along with him. I always say trust out those local Mets here. So yeah, truly, truly. Prepare to evacuate if it is needed, though, if that storm does shift further towards the south. I think, especially for Saipan and Tinian, those light preparations probably not a bad idea at this point. So, of course, we're tracking that storm off towards the east, plus the monsoonal flow still impacting our friends out here across the Philippines with heavy rainfall. And that has been the big issue, still that enhanced Tabagat as we go ahead here into Wednesday morning with some strong thunderstorms. So I have a separate video, as I mentioned, talking about that, breaking it down here for you as well. I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta. As always, thanks for watching. I'm going to put another video at the end of this video, just a little more of the educational stuff if you want to watch and continue to watch after this little commercial break. So, as always, though, thanks for watching, and of course, stay safe out there. And I think I'll add a little Guam hafa a day for our friends watching this update. Do you hate doing your taxes? Do you struggle figuring out what the law is and money management overseas? I wish there was an easier way. Well, FrontrunnerFinancial.com is your choice if this falls into your category. They're an international-based group of American accountants. They're based in Manila, and they're qualified to give you the best information where you are for those international finances. I wish I had these guys when I lived in Tokyo. Each year, it was a struggle. Where I needed to put money, what I needed to do. FrontrunnerFinancial.com. Be sure to check them out and let them know we sent them your way. I was reading through my comments section, and Pierre asked, what exactly is an invest area? This is actually a fairly legit question, because I know if you're not a meteorologist or somebody who follows the meteorology community closely, this is kind of confusing. And it is tough with an invest area because it has no meteorological definition. Furthermore, it's an American thing. It actually is denoted by the National Hurricane Center, the Central Pacific Hurricane Center, or the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. An invest area is labeled when simply one of these agencies see a tropical disturbance that is interesting and they want to investigate it further. So when these areas are labeled in invest, there's an increase in data collection on these specific areas. In the Atlantic, sometimes you get the hurricane hunters that fly through, but overall, it's an increase in where the satellites point and an increase in the model data that is ingested to develop forecasts for these areas. The naming system is pretty simple as well. It goes from 90 to 99. L is in the Atlantic, C is in the Central Pacific, E is in the Eastern Pacific, and W is in the Western Pacific. Now, why 90 through 99? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. That way, you don't confuse it with the nomenclature that is used when we actually name storm systems, which typically goes up to about 20 to 25. Lastly, if you're not from the United States or you just don't follow American forecasting agencies, an invest area is not something you're going to hear quite often. Like I mentioned earlier, it is strictly an American thing. Your country probably just call it a tropical wave or a low pressure area. Anyways, if you have any more questions like this is a really good one. Please let me know down in the comment box below. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on all these social media platforms. Hit that like button. I always appreciate that. And of course, number one thing, as always, stay safe out there. Thanks for watching.